Hey guys, RanterInShades here, exercising my First Amendment rights vlog style. We all know how silly celebrities can be at times. Hell, one of my most recent videos was about a celebrity saying something particularly silly. That particular celebrity happened to be a musician, and musicians can do or say things that are a bit questionable, or they have an ideology that seems rather strange. The question I'm going to be asking in this video is, should those things affect your opinions on their music? In my personal opinion, it shouldn't. I look at a musician's personality as well as their views as completely separate from their music. They are as relevant to music as a band's image. So if I like a person's music and that person happens to be kind of a douchebag, will I still listen to the music? Sure. Why would I stop unless I just got bored of their music? For example, it's been brought to my attention that Gene Simmons of Kiss said in an interview that he had no sympathy for depressed people or for drug addicts. Now what do I think of that? Well, obviously, I think that was very rude and obnoxious of Simmons to say that, and it probably pissed off a significant amount of his audience. Even though his statements were more of a fuck you to Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, who were both drug addicts, because I believe he's still sore at them, especially since they were both inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Kiss's current guitarist and drummer, Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer, weren't, it was still very not cool of him. I could go on about how dumb it is that he's holding a grudge, but that's aside the point. The point I'm trying to make is that what Gene said in that interview was straight up insulting. But does that affect my opinion on Gene Simmons as a bassist, and does that affect my opinion on Kiss? No, it doesn't. I still think Kiss is a good band, and I still like their music. I'll go into more depth with that when I make a What's Wrong With about Kiss, but despite me thinking what Gene said was horrible, and that both him and Paul Stanley are just in general egotistical douchebags, I'm still a fan of Kiss. I pretty much said this exact thing in my video about Bruce Dickinson being an out-of-touch elitist. Even though I think Bruce is a douchebag, not just for his generalizations about punk rock, but also for accusing Rob Halford of using a teleprompter at live performances, I'm still a big fan of Iron Maiden. Another example I have of a musician having weird-ass views is Ted Nugent. If we know anything about Ted Nugent, it's that he has some of the most ass-backwards of political views. But those are his political views. They don't really have anything to do with the music he's known for. If anybody watching this video knows a song where Nugent gets political, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, since I don't know every song of Ted Nugent's. But songs like Stranglehold, Cat Scratch Fever, Stormtroopin', Baby Please Don't Go, and Wang Dang Sweet Poontang aren't politically charged of songs. They're just straight up guitar-driven hard rock, which Ted Nugent is known for making. And there's nothing wrong with that, and despite finding him to be a fucking wacko, I'm still a fan of his music, both his solo stuff and his work with Damn Yankees. A third example is Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. He said in 2012 that Barack Obama was responsible for the Aurora, Colorado shooting. Pretty fucking insane on his part, but am I still a fan of Megadeth? Absolutely. Me saying that I no longer enjoy Kiss, Ted Nugent, or Megadeth because of their ridiculous beliefs, to me, seems as dumb as saying you don't like Judas Priest or Queen because the vocalist of both those bands are gay. If you don't like any of these bands' music, then that's fine. All I'm saying is that them being douchebags shouldn't have anything to do with that. You can find an artist or entertainer to be a douchebag and still enjoy their art. And the same thing can work the other way around. People who know me know that I really do not like Lady Gaga. But when I say that, I'm not referring to her as a person. I'm talking about her music. I find her music to be rather annoying, but as a person, she seems down to earth and preaches a very positive message of being who you are. You were born this way. It's like my opinion on PewDiePie, where I don't care for his content, but view him as a very down-to-earth and respectable person. What about people who are douchebags and make shitty music, Shades? Well, first of all, the shitty part is subjective, but let's get to that. The two people that come to mind first when I think of musicians I don't like and just happen to also be douchebags are Justin Bieber and Kanye West. With Bieber, I really shouldn't have to say much. There have been many stories about Justin Bieber being a douche, from saying Anne Frank would have been a believer, to pissing in a mop bucket, to spitting on fans, to drag racing. It really couldn't be more obvious that Bieber's a little douche. If you want a more in-depth analysis of these stories of Justin Bieber, I recommend you watch Adosa Buckley's video called Justin Bieber, A Year in Review, which will be annotated up here, as well as linked in the description. But the point I'm trying to make is that Bieber has done all these stupid things, and just to go along with that, he makes music I find to be shitty. And Kanye West. Oh. I cannot stand Kanye West. I mean, the song Gold Digger is kind of a guilty pleasure, but that's mainly because of an inside joke with friends. Other than that, I've never liked Kanye's music. And conveniently enough, he just so happens to be the biggest egotistical douchebag in music. Saying shit like,
I want to do music because I know people need my music. People need Kanye West albums.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I was forced to change my name to Martin Louis the King Jr.
If I don't win, the award show loses credibility. I appreciate it, man. It's nothing against you. I've never seen your video. It's nothing against you. But hell no, man.
The Bible had, 20, 30, 40, 50 characters in it. You don't think I would be one of the characters of today's modern Bible? I am the new Jim Morrison. I am the new Kurt Cobain.
Leaves me with no doubt in my mind that Kanye West has an ego far bigger than the Amazing Atheist's body. Also, we can't forget Blood on the Dance Floor saying this, can we? Finally, I'll give you an example of a good musician who happens to be a genuinely great person as well. This person is none other than Dave Grohl. Wait a second, Shades, I thought you didn't like Nirvana. I don't. Foo Fighters, on the other hand, I'm a big fan of. But even looking past my negative opinion on Nirvana or my positive opinion on the Foo Fighters, I can see that Dave Grohl is an amazing human being. Apart from being an immensely talented multi-instrumentalist musician, he's given two trapped Australian miners who were fans of the Foo Fighters to any show anywhere, played secret shows, joined the pit at a Soundgarden gig, left a $1,000 tip for a waitstaff, turned down a discount on some music and gave it to some other customers, and said these following wonderful quotes. I think it's a good idea because it's people trading music. It has nothing to do with industry or finance, it's just people that want music, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's the same as someone turning on the fucking radio. It's the same thing as someone putting a cassette in the cassette deck when the BBC plays a special radio session. I don't think it's a crime, it's been going on for years. It's the same as people making tapes for each other. The industry is more threatened by it because it's the World Wide Web, and it's a broader scape of trading. But I don't think it's such a horrible fucking thing. The first thing we should do is get all the fucking millionaires to shut their mouths and stop bitching about the 25 cents a time they're losing. To me, this award means a lot because it shows that the human element of making music is what's most important. Singing into a microphone and learning to play an instrument and learning to do your craft. That's the most important thing for people to do. It's not about being perfect. It's not about sounding absolutely correct. It's not about what goes on in a computer. It's about what goes on here. And it's about what goes on in here. I never took lessons to learn how to play the drums, and I never took lessons to learn how to play guitar. I just sort of figured it out. I think that if you're passionate about something and you're driven and focused, then you can do pretty much anything that you want to do in life. When I think about kids watching a TV show like American Idol or The Voice, then they think, oh, okay, that's how you become a musician. You stand in line for 8 fucking hours with 800 fucking people at a convention center and then sing your fucking heart out for someone and then they tell you it's not fucking good enough. Can you imagine? It's destroying the next generation of musicians. Musicians should go to a yard sale and buy an old fucking drum set and get in their garage and just suck. And get their friends to come in and they'll suck too. And then they'll fucking start playing and they'll have the best time they've had in their lives, and then all of a sudden they'll become Nirvana. Because that's exactly what happened with Nirvana. Just a bunch of guys that had some shitty old instruments and they got together and started playing some noisy ass shit and they became the biggest band in the world. That can happen again. You don't need a fucking computer or the internet or The Voice or American Idol. I have so much respect for Dave Grohl, it's not even funny. So the bottom line for this video is that there are good musicians that happen to be good people, bad musicians that happen to be douchebags, bad musicians that happen to be good people, and good musicians that happen to be douchebags. But I don't think those should correlate when it comes to opinions on their music. They're completely different things. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and have a nice day. I'm Shades, and I'll see you next time.